Well, hello guys, and welcome back, yes, to another episode of Fort Petria. Yes, we're playing Prehistoric Kingdom today, and you can probably count that this game here, series, will be a common thing for you to see on the channel from now on. I am really starting to become more, well, this game has become more likable to me since now that I kind of figured out the yes and no's, you know, like what should you do, what shouldn't you do, etc. So yeah, that's pretty much a little information there for you guys. But today we are making, we are expanding the fort. Yes, I am making this sort of big sort of center spot for the fort here, which is gonna be more of more of the center point, obviously, for the fort, where people can come in here. We'll have a little habitat. I will talk more about that later. But then it's gonna take them to different ways. So like maybe after that we can slowly like maybe try detail it and theme it a little bit different. Since we are going with the Mediterranean stuff, I feel like I can somewhat go a little bit beyond that and maybe do like a little bit more, how do you say, extra level buildings, like that little extra detailing and etc. that I want to do. And I also want to see how much of the Mediterranean vibe we can get into here. As you can see here now, I'm making this, which is going to become the guest center for the people. When they arrive, they can go in here and they can get all the kind of information they want. They can get maybe even a map. It really works the same way as an information center, but this is just a guest center instead of. I felt like that was kind of a more of a appropriate. And I felt like that was kind of a need, since everyone else is just doing all the time with information, kiosk or desks or whatever. So I felt like guest center would be nice. And maybe we can do some interior work inside of it eventually. I don't know, guys. Maybe we can. But for right now, I'm literally just working on the exterior and trying to figure out the game's mechanics and etc. But I feel like we're getting there. We're going super strong here. And I am literally just been playing Prehistoric Kingdom for the past week or so. Well, mainly this episode. There is a lot of things that I cut out, guys, because some of the things you kind of know how things works, you know, like left, right, turn, you know, up and down. So I might cut some places around the video here so you guys don't get to see the same thing over and over again. We might as well just try make our videos a little bit more presentable and watchable for you guys. From some of the mistakes we've done in the past. And I'm also gonna try to keep the videos on at least 20 minutes or so, more or less. And if it comes to become a little bit higher, then I will obviously make the speed a little bit faster. This is a 9x speed, guys, and if it goes too fast, let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you like the video so far and you want to see more, remember to subscribe and hit that like button, guys. It really helps. You know it, because everyone else says it. So I'm saying it too. Okay, never mind. But I'm detailing this building here. As you can see, it's a very, like, I would say generic, subtle theming, like trim work and etc. I do to this building. So since this on the right side, I felt like, you know, I know the difference between the doors and stuff are a little bit different. But on the right side, it could more be, you know, like more of a staff sort of entrance, or maybe just a little thing where they have some things where they keep like a little storage room, etc. Or it could be like a utility section, you know, like, or where they have their power. It can be all kind of stuff, whatever our fantasy takes us, right? So here I'm just making some custom windows. I felt like this building was a little bit too like white, like it was a little bit too tall to get the whole like composition, or like how you say, the scaling of it. So I felt like I needed to like add a little window here. And you know, the building can kind of like, it's a little bit of a weird sort of building here, because it has these different levels, like from the ground, and then when you all of a sudden you go above, and then it's like, so you know, but I feel like I had to find a midway, and I kind of feel like I did that here, to be honest. So yeah, I'm quite happy for how this turned out so far. And again, as I've always done and told you guys, foliage, guys. It just does everything to your build. Like just here, this little corner I do here, where I put some mud on, and then some vines, some trees, palm trees, etc. It's really nice. And what I really like is that I really like to work around with like this sort of tropical vibe, like with palm trees and like just this lush environment. because you can do a lot more with foliage and stuff, I feel like, and it's just very rare I've actually built like a tropical sort of environment, and so I'm really excited for this project to continue. And I am adding an animal today, which we will get to in just a little bit, guys. As I say, I'm still working a lot, I'm still building a lot on this, and then I'm going back and forth, etc. But you guys will see that. And I am just getting ideas and ideas all the time here for every time I add. You can see here, I added this, and then later on I'm adding some more stuff to it. I literally, as I say, go back and forth. And I'm also trying to start incorporate more and more of this scaling mechanic here. So like, do I need to use 6 pillars here, or can I just do 1 pillar here that is like, you know, I'm really starting to think in that way. Of course, I don't want to have it too much, so all of a sudden in Planco and Planet Zoo, I'm gonna become super frustrated because we don't have the scaling. Well, I obviously already am, but you know, I don't want it to be like, it's gonna be difficult. Like from Planet Coaster to Planet Zoo, it's fairly easy. There's not really anything changed there. But here you have this extra little tick, extra little button you have to click to get to the scaling, right? And that can, some parts of that can be a little bit confusing, I have to say. But hopefully we can find a way through all this and eventually maybe just do one specific keybind for all of these things. Because I feel like as soon as I changed the keybind in this game, everything was kind of more jank. So I just defaulted all again and went back to the old preset, and then now I feel like everything is just what it is, and I just have to deal with it, you know. But it's cool though, I like it. You will eventually also see what I'm meaning about all the whole like adding stuff you don't see and then it's just there, because I did duplicate a lot of these fort walls. I did these castle walls, etc. On the other side of when you go inside of this little fort. So you guys will see that. But just keep in mind that I did cut it out because it's a lot of the same things. So yeah, I don't want to bother you guys with that. And also if I have to somewhat keep the video somewhat on a low, right? Also, something I really hope they will add to this game is these Mediterranean roofs here. I really hope we're gonna get like some sort of what is it called? Some terracotta something. I don't know. Maybe if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments down below, or if you know the name of the roof I'm thinking about. Please let me know, guys. So here I'm doing like the entrance Fort Petria here, like with a sign. And I also, it's kind of weird with the whole like how glowy all of the things are sometimes in this game. I don't get it. But I do this and then I eventually add some more ropes and etc. I also just, I'm trying stuff out, you know. Just gotta try it, guys. Gotta try to see where it takes us, you know. So I felt like I needed a little bit more, but then as I said, eventually I'm adding some more ropes and stuff like that. So we're back here at, this is gonna be like the main entrance. I'm adding also some entrance signs eventually at the end of the video, or maybe it's actually here in a bit, I can't remember. But this is gonna be like where they're gonna enter, and then they will be greeted with like the first habitat that we're making, and then they're gonna be greeted with like all these walls, and where can I go? They're gonna be like archways everywhere, and so no matter where you go, you literally go to a new habitat. And that's kind of like what I want this to be. I want every section of the fort to be kind of like enclosed without, like around the fort, but also inside of it, integrated with all the buildings and etc. we want to do. I also kind of want to make like maybe a bigger fort in the midsection of the zoo, of the park. So we'll get like a little composition, maybe a little centerpiece sort of vibe. But I've not reached that far yet in my brainstorming of what it could be. I definitely want a lighthouse too, and then maybe we can make like a nice little yacht and boat sort of station where they can come and chill, you know. Maybe make a little like a little nice kiosk or a shop near the garden, the yard, as we do. That would be super cool. Like make a little dock sort of thing where they can all come in with their boats to come see the fort. But that may be like way further into the future. Though I'm also pretty confident that I'm not gonna make this like a long series. I'm hoping to maybe if we can get up there like 15, maybe 15 episodes more or less. That's kind of like my goal with this. I don't want to make them too much, especially also since this game is constantly in development, right? So we're gonna get new things all the time, right? So I'm hoping that I can make this a short series, and that's kind of like the goal. All right, guys. I've been holding it up for too long to pronounce this dinosaur's name that I am gonna build for here. So we are building for the Psittacosaurus today, guys. Yes. I had like, I was walking around, by the way, this is the only time I'm gonna say it. So I was thinking about this for like a few days now, like how could I sort of making my first habitat for these guys here. And then I was like, okay, if we're doing a fort, we might be able to dig beneath and then do like a little circle, as you saw me do here, where they can walk around and get to see the dinosaurs up close, like through glass, or we can make them look from up top, where this is, as I said, this is gonna be the main center, like the main point of the fort, where everyone's gonna meet up or whatever, you know, like. And then I was thinking too, this fort could like some sort of be like an old, like a, of course, a war fort in some way. So I think we should make some cannons too, and like some contraptions of some sort. And obviously we're gonna do some more clutter if we don't get that before that. All kind of things, right? So I was just literally just improvising when it comes to this, because then I was like, okay, so they need to have a way to go down. So I digged a hole here, and I was like, okay, how do we make this look nice? And then I was like, way too short now to get to the stairs here from the wall. So if I made this here, so only this section here has this like little sort of expansion going outward towards the habitat. And then I was like, this actually looks quite nice now, because then the people can like go around the stairway and then actually go upwards if that they want, or they can go down, so we'll not actually be in the way for anyone. Maybe the space could be a little bit better, but it is what it is, and I'm kind of happy how it turned out to be nevertheless, especially after we get all these kind of walls and etc. in the back. So I know I did put glass all the way around here, right? Because then I was like, oh yeah, we have glass barrier. So there will be like a double layer of glass, but that doesn't actually don't mind, because it doesn't really change the side, the view you can have there. I did go in and change some color on it though, but you guys will see that. I did cut out a little bit of it, but also something so you guys don't get completely bored of it. I kind of want to try and keep these videos consistent, as I said, but also just jumping left and right to some things so you guys can sort of see what I'm doing, but also just a quicker view of it. So here I'm getting the Psittacosauruses, yes, into the cage here, or the habitat, and just trying to play around with the terrain tool and trying to see what can I do, because I can't do much with it, you know, because I don't want it to have it too much above the ground. I want it to be, you know, just subtle and nice. So that's kind of like the go-to here, what I'm doing. I will eventually add more stuff to it, and as I say, some point here you guys will get the jump where you will have some walls placed around the habitat here, and when you get this view here, you will start to see what I'm saying when I see that this sort of fort vibe that this creation has becoming to look like now, and I'm really happy for the vibe it has. And also, as soon as we get the whole structure of the fort, I don't know how the fort is going to end up looking like structure wise, shape wise, but we will eventually just build something for it when we sort of know that, okay, this is the end of the fort, so now we can slowly start to build around it and add some more walls, which I have slowly become. I have done that a little bit of times, so you guys can see that in the background some places, but yeah. Here I'm doing some more flower beds, because as I say, you know, foliage just helps a lot, and it especially helps a lot here when I get it on all the sides of the habitat here. It really closes in the habitat a lot, and it just makes it more lush, more just a nice environment, and like it's a fort that they've been keeping up with and trying to refurbish it as good as they can and renovating it and all that stuff, right? So as you can see, you slowly get the vibe here now with what I said with the whole fort vibe. Also now when we have these sort of fencing around the stairway going downwards, it really makes it look sharp, I feel like. Yeah, 100%. So first of all, I had a plan of actually doing like a glass dome over this, but I was like, that doesn't really sound fort sort of thing, right? So I was like, you know what, maybe we can just say that this fort here was as I said, used for war stuff, but eventually some rich guy sold it to whoever to make a sanctuary for dinosaurs, etc. here, or prehistoric animals. So I feel like that's just sort of be like the whole story here, the lore. So it will be like a sort of realistic type of thing, even though we are building with prehistoric animals. But in that case of building like with fencing around, trying to make some like cables, have staff facility areas, all these kind of things, right? Which eventually will be added on. But that's kind of like my go-to thing here with this whole project. And it's very rare I do these kind of things, but I feel like if we're doing it on a fort, we have a lot of possibilities, a lot of options to build these sort of things. Maybe even make tunnels with like realism stuff, and or like just, you know, all kind of cool things. I feel like this fort can give us that opportunity. Even though it's sort of this, like a lot of it are the same, but I also feel like it is a lot of the same thing you see on a fort. So using this sort of texture and getting these pieces now when we don't have a lot might be a good choice instead of thinking way over the line with stuff I don't even know if it's doable to build. Even though we do have the scaling, which make things 10 times easier, because as you can see here, I just take the normal dome here and I just do completely 360 with all the pieces, and then I can just shrink it into a smaller object, which is really nice. So after this, I'm making some towers that's gonna be at the extension of the whole passage you have from the Fort Petria sign towards the fort into the habitat. And then I'm making my own little custom flags, also making some custom buntings. I'm really having fun, as I say, with this scaling thing here. And it actually makes things a lot better now, when I can slowly see and figure out how things work left and right in this game. So I'm doing, as I say, a little tower here, a little extension to it, where this is going to be like somewhat for, I guess, the staff too, or if you want to go up and check the tower, you can. And that's really, really fun when you do these things. And then I was like, I need to make some windows. I don't know what you call these, like peak holes sort of thing, on towers. If you guys know what this is called too, let me know down below so I know for next time. But yeah, these guys here, I just used a normal iron beam to make these sort of windows for the castle or the tower here, and it actually works, to be honest. Like it does the job, right? It does the job. And after I got those and added a flag on, this entire area, guys, this entire area is gonna look so freaking dope. I'm actually super happy for how this turned out, to just like improvise and not really having a sort of structural plan, but just go with it. And I hope you guys are too. I was actually super excited to show this to you guys, because I feel like it's a very good start already, 2 episodes in. And I can slowly see how this is gonna end up looking, 100%. And maybe we can even make a little food court with like all the restaurants or shops we have, and also do a little bit of interior there. And yeah, see, example for this here too. We take literally 4 pieces, make a circle, and we can then scale the circle into a smaller bit to actually make it fit here. And I think that is so freaking cool, guys. Like, I love how they've done all these things, 100%. So doing a little flag here, you know, has to be there. And then I'm adding these guys to the end of the tower here, so everything kind of like gets together properly, like everything kind of gets an end. And then afterwards, it's literally just the last things here, guys, that I'm preparing for you guys. So we can get like some sort of a presentable video and some nice cinematics for you guys to watch. I will obviously, as always, have a new video out next time. If you have any suggestions to what kind of animal in Prehistoric Kingdom in Fort Petria that you would like to see next time, or you would like to see in the park, let me know down below, guys. And also, if you want more of this, just feel free to subscribe and also join the Discord. We are some awesome people in there. Everything is in the description down below, guys. But yes, just the last pieces here, as I said, where I'm just adding some things to give it like this little atmospheric vibe. And then we are at the end here where I'm doing the entrance part, just taking the letters here, shrinking them down, and then writing entrance. Yes, it is very, very original, guys. It doesn't get better than this. But obviously I am gonna add a few things here and there when I get to it and get some more ideas, etc. So yeah, guys, I will let you enjoy the last of the speed build here, and then you will have some cinematics at the end. So yeah, guys, enjoy the last thing here, and remember to give the video a like if you think it deserves it. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.